Has up to 5 minutes. The honourable member for Don Valley West.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I want to do two things in these closing minutes. And the first is to thank colleagues from both sides of the House for their comments, their speeches, and their really very strong defense of this bill. And there are a few opportunities we have in the House to actually share common concerns and do something for all Canadians. And something is happening in Bill S-201, and I want to commend them. I also want to thank the members who have spoken to me personally about this bill. Men and women who have come to me with stories about themselves, their children, their parents, particularly illnesses that they have or concerns that they have faced in their own lives and have not felt free to tell others because of the fear of genetic discrimination. They know who they are, and their stories will be kept entrusted with me, and I thank them for the privilege of that. And I hope that this bill will be dedicated to each of them and every Canadian who faces possibility of discrimination for the fear that they have if they get a genetic test. I want to also thank Senator Cowan from the other place, as it's been said, and for also Barb Cadgeton, his wonderful assistant, who has shepherded this bill not just these months but many years, and has brought passion and intelligence to this House from the other place and has made my work much easier. Senator Cowan and Bev Heim-Myers, the president of the Huntington Society of Canada, were recently awarded a very prestigious award from the American Society of Human Genetics. And Bev is the president and also the chair of the Canadian Coalition for Genetic Fairness, and they have worked together as health groups, patient organizations, and charities to ensure that parliamentarians can learn, as one of my honourable colleagues said, things that we didn't know before we came here. And so this tribute today is really, in their name, something that they have done and brought to the attention of this House through the Senate, and I think that we owe them all a strong vote of thanks. That's the first thing I want to do. The second thing I want to do is to remind the House of the integrity of this bill. There are three parts to it: the Genetic Non-Discrimination Act, changes to labour legislation, and changes to the Canadian Human Rights Act. Each part of it is essential to ensure that the bill will be enacted in a way that Canadians can trust themselves to get a genetic test to ensure that their health care is absolutely optimum. Medicine is changing. 21st century medicine is about genetic medicine. It's called targeted medicine, sometimes personalized medicine. It is the nature of medical practice as we know it today. It is revolutionary. We were asked why Canada lags behind in this, and I think that the reason is because we have messed around with a concern about provincial or federal jurisdiction. This House has the opportunity to act, and to act strongly and clearly, give the provinces absolute opportunity to comment on this bill, but to act with them and for them and on behalf of all Canadians to ensure that this act has the kind of teeth that it needs to have to protect them at the very most vulnerable place, their health, their existence. There are parts of this job, of course, that we love and parts that we don't love as much. The part I love the most is we have the opportunity to actually affect Canadians' lives. We have a moment in this House with this Act to make a change that can actually change the lives of millions of Canadians who can actually, with trust and confidence, go to their physician, get the tests they need so that their clinician, the practitioners who help them, can have the very best tools. One of the great privileges I've had is to meet with Dr. Ronnie Cohn, Steve Shear, and other researchers across this country, coast to coast to coast. They are aching for a piece of legislation so that they can help their patients in ways that they're concerned they're not able to do today. So I thank the House for considering this bill. I look forward tomorrow. I hope you stand and can support it and make Canadians a healthier population. Thank you.